What polyamory gave me? More people to love. More people to roast. I don't know how to tell you this, but roasting people is kind of a love language on its own. Like, if I don't like someone at least a little, I won't roast them. I might be mean to them, and the difference might be subtle and hard to understand for some people. But there is a difference, because if I like you, I will tease you, and maybe slightly roast you. And you're very welcome to do it back if you love me too, I guess. Hello baby queers, and welcome back to my channel. I was gonna do polyamory memes, but I found too many fun TikToks, so I guess we're doing polyamory TikTok. But anyways, you know the deal. Before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink, and then we continue. In the meantime, also feel free to like and subscribe. Do you have your drink? Okay, let's go.
Mum, could we just chat for a minute? I have something to tell you.
Oh God, what is it? You're not pregnant, are you?
No. It's not that. It's nothing bad.
Okay, go on.
So I have a girlfriend. Me and Adam are still very much together as well. We're polyamorous. Oh, okay then. So you like women as well? Yeah, I do. And she's really cool. I think you'd really like her.
And Adam is happy with this?
He is. He actually has other partners as well. Okay then, well, as long as you're all happy, that's cool. Thank you for telling me. So when can we meet her?
This is kind of an ideal reaction. I've just been like, well, I mean, it doesn't really concern me what kind of relationship you're in. What concerns me is that you're happy because you're my child. It's honestly kind of an ideal reaction of just being like, well, that's cool. As long as you're happy, you know, if that's what you want, that's cool, you know? And generally, if you're a parent, you gotta ask, okay, so when can I meet her? When can I meet them? You kind of gotta ask that question. I gotta be honest. So how does it feel to have a really good parent? Because I bet it feels really good. And I'm kind of proud of your mom for being so chill. Literally, you just be like, well, I don't care. You're happy? Okay, that's all I care about. Because honestly, that's legit the best reaction that everyone should have.
I can't believe your boyfriend manipulated you into a polyamorous relationship.
It was my idea.
No, that's not okay. He's basically openly cheating in front of you.
How
like, he
is
just
it
using this as
cheating?
an excuse to get as much pussy as he wants.
I mean, I'm getting more pussy than him, so...
No, I can't accept this. You can't be okay with this. Like,
I am,
he's definitely gaslighting you in some way, and there's absolutely no way you would ever agree to this arrangement willingly.
I feel like you're just ignoring my agency.
Listen, maybe thinking that men are kind of shit sometimes and like questioning if it was like maybe a situation that someone forced their girlfriend into, okay. But why you gotta be like this, you know? Because you weren't just asking, oh, like whose idea was it, to maybe like suss out what's going on, right? If you're worried that her partner was maybe manipulative, right? You weren't trying to suss it out. You were just plain ignoring her and anything she said, which is just rude. Listen, you know, you can have a conversation, or you can monologue at people and ignore anything they say to you. And I'm telling you, most people would probably prefer a conversation. Just like, oh no, actually, this was my idea. You know, like I brought it up first. My partner was really on board, you know, and this arrangement works for us. And then maybe, whatever, going from there and asking more questions instead of just talking over this other person. Because that's really weird. When people say this type of relationship never lasts, I give them 4 months. Soon the girls will realize they hate each other. But we've been together for more than 5 years. it's wild to me how pessimistic some people are. Like, generally, you could kind of say this about any relationship to be like, oh, well, I'm not sure this will last because a lot of relationships don't last. But counterpoint, a lot of relationships do. And it doesn't matter if it's poly relationship or monogamous relationships, some relationships last and some don't, right? Because yeah, sometimes people realize they're not compatible. It happens. But it happens for monogamous people a lot too, so just to be here like, no. It's only the poly relationships that don't work. It's like, I give them 4 months because there's no way a poly relationship can last longer. Is so weird and so stupid. Like, I'm not saying fix your own issues because, you know, maybe you actually have a really well-working monogamous relationship, but still kind of reflecting a little bit and just thinking, well, maybe relationships don't work because sometimes people just aren't compatible, no matter what their sexuality is, no matter what kind of relationship style they have, is maybe a good idea actually to kind of question that first before being pessimistic and rude to other people about their relationships.
Hey man, I think you should know that I saw your wife with another man. Did they have leftovers? What? Did they have a bag of food? Yes? Who was holding the bag? She was. Fuck yeah.
Asking the important question. Like, he can ask his wife about the actual date later, and if she had a fun time, and if she wants to see him again. You know, like, he can ask all those questions later. But first things first, did she have leftovers? Like, I kinda get it. Like, if you don't know someone's polyamorous, and you just want to be like, listen man, your wife's cheating on you. Because a lot of people are monogamous, right? And if you think someone is because they're married, even though being married doesn't mean they're monogamous, but anyways, a lot of people just assume that, right? And just be like, listen, man, I think you should know. I kind of get that. I really do, because you think you're protecting your friend or your coworker or whatever, because I'm guessing you're not that close if you don't know. But I kind of get that. At least you didn't have that much of a weird reaction, because I get being confused at first. Just like, why are you asking this question versus, oh my god, who did you see my wife with, you know? But still, asking the important questions first, because getting leftovers or like having food brought home to you or coffee or whatever is more important, because the rest you can ask your wife about later when she gets home with the food. So really get this question first.
Things in our polyamorous household that just make sense. Everyone gets their own room. Separate blankets for group sleepovers. Our middle spoon usually gets too hot, so no blanket for him. House credit cards for groceries and other shared expenses. So much food. 86 lists. Noise-cancelling headphones. A group chat. Spoiled dog who gets endless amounts of attention.
I genuinely love how unbothered this dog is. You're just waving in his face or her face, and the dog's just unbothered. It's just like, you're not petting me right now, and you also don't have snacks in your hand, so I'm not gonna have a reaction to whatever the hell this is. Which is very fair for a spoiled dog, I guess. I think a lot of dogs would be unbothered, but I think this dog is really happy with this situation. Same way with like raising kids makes a lot of sense, because it can be a lot for two adults to take care of kids, especially nowadays when you don't have a stay-at-home parent because everyone needs to work, because otherwise you don't have enough money. So it makes sense. it makes a lot of sense. And honestly, if you all live together, just like having a shared bank account that everyone puts money into, or having lists to keep track of things and having a lot of food at hand just also makes a lot of sense. So all of these really, like, I don't live in a poly relationship, but it just makes a lot of sense. What do you mean? They're in a polyamorous relationship. What's that? It's when you sleep around with everybody. And that's why I didn't tell you. Dating isn't just about sleeping around. At least I only sleep with one guy at a time. Listen, dating is about love. We agree to accept that we also love other people. This is the first time I'm seeing a polyamorous relationship in K-drama. This drama is actually so good, but y'all aren't listening. No gay, no love. I haven't watched this K-drama, but I think I kind of have to now. But also the list of things I have to watch and books I have to read is getting ridiculously long at this point. But still, what's one more show added to the list, I guess? Because I don't know if it's like good representation outside of this, but I think it probably plays on the like stereotypes a lot of people have quite well, judging from this one clip. Just be like, well, no, I'm better than you because I'm not sleeping around. Is probably something you might get a lot of people just kind of assuming you're just polyamorous to sleep around. I think poly people get that a lot.
The reason they wouldn't be able to do a lesbian Love Island is not because they would all U-Haul and like not branch out after that and like be like, we're in love in 2 days. That's not why they can't make one. They can't make one because everyone would be so incestual about it that the show wouldn't even be fun. Like, no one would pair up with one person. All of a sudden they'd be like, we're poly. No, we're a poly group. Actually, no, it's the 3 of us now. No, actually, it's 5 of us are in a couple. This is our match. No, my match is her and her and her and her, because I love the way that she loves her and she loves the way that her loves her, and so now we're all one big couple. Like, why can't we do it? Like, and then the producers would like get upset and then would be like, no, you guys actually just have to like, this is a show where it's like about monogamy and just like 2 people at a time, and then no one would kind of want to do. They can't make a lesbian Love Island because it would turn into polyamorous island.
I mean, I do want to say, why the hell not make polyamorous island? But I think it wouldn't be fun as a dating show because it wouldn't be as dramatic as it usually is with like normal dating shows, I guess. Because yeah, if you have like The Bachelor and all the women are only attracted to men, of course they're not gonna like branch off and date each other instead of focusing on the man or whatever. But still, I would watch it just for the fun of it. It wouldn't be as dramatic. It would be like a nice, chill, laid-back show maybe of, will we manage to have all contestants in a polycule by the end of this show? Stay tuned. Because I would stay tuned. Like, I would be curious if maybe it branches off into 2 groups, or maybe if you have like a bunch of tiny little groups, or if they would all kind of be in like closer relationships with each other. I think I would still watch it. But I can kind of see a lot of people not wanting to watch it, actually.
A lot of y'all rip on polyamory purely because you are not emotionally mature enough to handle it. You could not handle having multiple partners because you are too insecure and don't know how to communicate well. Who said that? Oh my god. Who said that? I think there's a ghost in here. Guys, I'm scared. I think there's a ghost.
Listen, if there is a ghost, I wouldn't be scared of him because, yeah, like a lot of jealousy stems from being insecure. Like, it might just be that some of your needs aren't being met, and that's maybe why you're jealous, because you don't know how to communicate it, because sometimes you don't, but a lot of jealousy is just because you are really insecure and you think your partner could do better. And then if you're polyamorous, you're just scared of them leaving you more than you would probably be in a monogamous relationship. But I don't think it's more likely in a poly relationship, because monogamous people just cheat and then leave each other, which isn't better. Like, obviously not all monogamous people, and obviously some people still cheat in poly relationships, you know, but still, like, I've seen that happen in too many monogamous relationships, you know? So yeah, like, obviously, just because you're poly and just because you can communicate well and because you aren't that insecure doesn't necessarily mean your relationship is gonna work, because again, sometimes people just aren't compatible. But yeah, a lot of people hating on polyamory just don't make a lot of sense apart from this, you know? This just because I thought it was cute, and because I love their outfits. And I'm really hoping you have several mirrors to get ready at, because otherwise, logistically, it's gonna take forever. Really. But again, like, having a partner that's sort of similar to your size is great, because you have a bigger closet, basically, because you can steal each other's clothes. Having multiple partners that you can steal clothes from, however, seems like a good idea. That's all I'm saying. 17-year-old me getting excited watching my boyfriend make out with my friend on stage for a school play. Oh my god, they're so cute, look at them. And me coming out as polyamorous 2 years later. There were definitely signs, if you know where to look for them, because yeah, a lot of people don't get that excited about it. Like, if they aren't insecure and they know and trust their partner and they know it's literally just for the play, they're not necessarily gonna get super jealous, but I don't think they're gonna sit there and be super excited about them kissing specifically. Like, being proud of both of them for doing a good job in the play, or being excited to see them in the play because you know they love acting. Sure, but I don't think monogamous people will get excited necessarily, you know? Cozy evening in a monogamous relationship versus a polyamorous relationship. Not that different, just more love added. And that's literally kind of the stupidest thing. Or like, the thing that makes it seem the stupidest when people hate on poly people. Because it's just, why? Why do people enjoy hating on love? I know a lot of people don't get polyamory and don't understand how someone could do that, but essentially you're just hating on people loving each other, and that's really strange, my guy.
Before I was 10 years old, it mostly just meant there were a lot of grown-ups around telling me and my sister not to climb shit. And then in 4th grade, one of my classmates' parents was getting divorced because the dad cheated on the mom. So then I had to have a very stern talk with my father, where he reassured me that yes, his girlfriend is staying the night, and yes, mom is aware, and yes, they've both met each other, and yes, this is okay with all involved. And I let it go. And then fast forward to when I'm like 14, this girlfriend tries to break up my parents, and my dad was furious at her for trying to break up him and my mom, and I don't think my mom's ever been more secure in their relationship than that moment.
I mean, that's kind of it. Like, I'm not saying no queer person has ever parented badly, you know? But, first of all, I've seen too many heterosexual people be bad parents. And, like, all the stories I've literally heard of people who have lesbian parents, or gay parents, or polyamorous parents are all just kind of funny or wholesome. You know, of like, people be like, wait, I only have one mom. Why do you have two moms? That's so unfair, you know, because you have like little preschool children and they're just upset that they only get one mom, you know? And like stories like that, it's all just cute and wholesome. And that's also just kind of funny of just being like, I don't want my mom and dad to get divorced because my dad's also has a girlfriend. Like, I don't want you to get divorced. Like, wanting to protect your mom, and it's just kind of funny, okay? Literally, so far, I've only had like wholesome or funny stories.
Let's be in a healthy poly relationship. Good communication skills. 2 handsome boyfriends. Polycool hangouts. No competitiveness. Everyone unlearning toxic behaviors to be the best version of themselves.
And again, you could do sort of all of these in monogamous relationship, right? Like supporting each other and making sure everyone in the relationship like grows as a person and is fulfilled in the relationship and like having good communication and everything. You can do this in a monogamous relationship, obviously, but still, I can kind of see how it like maybe hits a little bit different if you have more people to love. You know?
Books featuring polyamorous couples. Triple Sec. Boyfriends. Infinity Alchemist. Iron Widow. Evocation.
What did I say about my book list? Anyways, I think if I were to like actually write it on paper, I would definitely need several sheets of paper by now. Instead, I have too many things screenshotted and added to like random lists in like my notes, and they're everywhere. So they're not all in one place, so I cannot actually go and count them right now because that would take too long, but there's too many. So thank you for adding like 5 more. Although I'm pretty sure Iron Widow I definitely also have screenshotted somewhere for different reasons. But anyways.
Have you ever met a kid who was raised by polyamorous people? Because Bojack Horseman kind of nailed it. Spoilers for season 4, we meet Holly Hawk, who was raised by 8 polyamorous dads. They all live together in a stable home and several incomes and a lot of support and care from a lot of different angles.
What do your dads say when you cry?
They say it's okay to cry, that I shouldn't feel bad about feeling bad. They're really good dads.
She's probably one of the most stable figures of the entire series. And sure, 8 people all in a romantic relationship's not super realistic. It's Bojack Horseman. There's a bear and a duck banging human men. But there's a reason so many polyamorous people were like, hey, that's me. Despite all of that, this rings more true to life than most polyamory I've seen on screen. So yeah, if you're polyamorous and you want to see something cute, go to season 4 of this show. And if you want to see a whole lot more examples, I go through the last 25 years of polyamory in Western animation on the other video platform, the one with the play button. Just search Chill Polyamory.
So yeah, if you wanna check that out, also check it out, because I'm also pretty sure Bojack Horseman is somewhere on my list, because I think it's also like been called good representation for like mental illness and things. I think, I'm not even sure anymore why I saved it to my list, because again, there's too many things. But yeah, like we don't really expect cartoons to be super realistic, but that doesn't mean it can't be good representation. And apparently it is.
I start talking to someone I like. I tell them I'm polyamorous. They say they're okay with it. They make me choose.
Why? If you aren't sure whether you're okay with it, say that. If you know you aren't okay with it, say that. But just lying and pretending to be okay with it, even though you know you're not going to be, is a really shitty move. It's just a really shitty move. Right? Like, it's okay. Like, some people aren't meant to be polyamorous, and if you know you aren't, that's cool. if you know it's just because you're too jealous, because you're insecure, that's not really cool, but that's like, okay, but just be honest about it. What are you doing?
I think the reason that monogamous people don't understand the way that I, a non-monogamous girly, like to date in the way that I do, is because we simply have different needs when it comes to dating. Physically and emotionally, we require different things. My understanding of the monogamous dating requirements is that you have certain things you're attracted to and certain needs that you need met, of course. And of course you have non-negotiables, but you find whoever is the best fit, and there will be some things that they cannot or will not provide because no one's identical, and you decide that it's okay to park those things. Obviously, some things can be workshopped, but ultimately to park those things in favour of having an exclusive, committed relationship with one person and the security of that. And that works for you. Good for you. For me, I want all of my needs met. I want every single thing that I want to be mine. So if I were to try and make one person fit into that mould, they never could, and I would resent them. So I would much rather take that person as they come and go and get those needs met elsewhere and have everything I want scattered across, and therefore forfeiting that singular, exclusive connection. And that's what I want. And that's what I like.
And then some people will be out here and be like, no, but that's weird. Listen, everyone's kind of weird to other people. Right? Because, I mean, that's the thing. People just are different. So obviously, people are gonna want their ideal relationship or relationships to look different. If you're okay with parking certain things because otherwise your partner's a good match, that's cool. But also, I've seen a lot of people start resenting their partners because they don't do certain things, or because, you know, like, these things kind of snowball down the road. So to just be here and just hate on people who choose to live their relationships differently because that feels more natural to them and more, like, doable and more enjoyable, then why are we out here judging on it or being weird about it? I don't get it, but, you know, I guess that's also where people are different. Anyways, that was all the poly TikToks I have for today. Every time I do poly memes or poly TikToks, I am very acutely aware by how much I sound like I'm one step away from realizing I'm polyamorous, because I just keep saying, oh, that makes a lot of sense, but I'm airways. I don't even want one relationship, let alone several romantic ones, at least, you know? So don't call me out in the comments, because that's not what's going on. If I wasn't aromantic, yes, I would definitely be polyamorous. I know that. I know that, but it's not happening, even though I sound like it is happening. I guess. Disclaimer at the side. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed these TikToks. I hope you're hydrated. If not, maybe go drink something now. And I'll be back in a few days with my next video.